Someone, 60, seemingly healthy, yet after just one slight slip in the bathroom, could never walk again. Something that, at that age, might well have been avoided. Strange, isn't it? You see people turn 70, still walking quickly, limbs strong, mind sharp, like they haven't aged a day. Then again, others, just 60, are already in wheelchairs, confused, up all night, not wanting to go out by day. So what makes the difference? Not genes, not money, nor any miracle cure. It's in the very small, quiet things that are extremely important. There are at least 4 health issues. If you're lucky not to have them after age 60, the chance of living to 90, even longer, isn't such a long shot. This isn't just empty talk. It's from 20-year U.S. university studies on over 30,000 long-living folks. So what are those 4 issues? The second often has no clear symptoms, but is directly tied to memory and self-care ability. Could you be silently carrying one, completely unaware? We'll explore this together, gently of course, and it might just change how you live your remaining years. And who knows, you might find a new belief that old age doesn't mean retreat, but stepping forward more wisely. If you're watching and feeling a bit curious or anxious inside, that's perfectly normal. Because we all get old, but no one wants to age lonely or exhausted. Not really. Let this video be a gentle reminder. You still have choices. Choices to be healthy, alert, connected, and live longer. Not just live, but live fully. Let's begin together, shall we? And to begin, we'll tackle the first point, the foundation for most daily activities. Keeping your body from losing muscle or weakening over time. Know what makes thousands of older people lose their independence in an instant. Not heart disease, but a slight slip in the bathroom, and you can never walk again. There's one thing rarely said, but almost everyone faces. The older we get, the more we accept our body's weakening as inevitable. I'm old now, so being a bit weak is normal. That familiar thought is why many ignore early muscle loss signs, a key factor in living healthily to 90 or not. Because muscle isn't just for lifting heavy things or walking easily. Strong muscles are vital for protecting your heart, bones, blood pressure, and even your balance. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that after 60, without staying active, you can lose 3 to 8% of muscle mass yearly. And it's not just tired limbs. It's risking falls, hospital stays, and lost independence. Let me tell you 2 stories. Mrs. Nancy and Mr. Charles both turned 72. Mrs. Nancy loved gardening, often lifting small soil baskets, tending flowers each morning and several times a week. She'd visit the community center for light exercise. Mr. Charles, though, was different. After retiring, he spent most of his time watching TV, rarely venturing out for a walk. 6 years later, Mrs. Nancy could still shop for herself, walk her dog, and even look after her young grandchild each weekend. As for Mr. Charles, after a fall reaching for a towel in the bathroom, nobody was home. He lay there for 4 hours before being found. After that fall, he not only needed a walker, but also started forgetting medication, losing sleep, and needed round-the-clock care. The key thing is, weakness doesn't strike suddenly. It creeps in bit by bit, starting when you find it hard to get up from the sofa or your hands shake carrying a small plant. But if ignored, the result can be a future wholly dependent on others. Losing muscle means losing self-care, losing freedom, what you valued all your life. Each easy step today could stop a fall that leaves you bedridden for life. The good news, you can prevent it. Just spend 10-15 minutes daily on simple things like walking around your home, standing up and sitting down a few times, or even squeezing a small ball. Small, regular actions are what truly keep you steady in life. Exercise isn't to get young again. It's so you won't need help up if you stumble. And you know what? Each time you rise from a chair unassisted, that's not just leg strength. It's declaring, I'm still in charge of my life. Don't wait for your body to cry out. Act now while you still can. Because every steady step today means a healthier, freer day tomorrow. Each time you stand alone, you keep your legs strong and you keep your freedom. But a healthy body isn't just about strong legs. Another silent thing, yet profoundly affecting quality of life, is heart health. Do you know which disease causes most deaths in people over 60, but usually shows no pain, no symptoms, and people don't see a doctor? Many older people think if they don't have chest pain or dizziness, their heart is fine. But the truth is often the opposite. Heart disease, especially high blood pressure, frequently causes no obvious pain. It progresses silently, gradually, like an underground stream eroding a house's foundation. When clear signs do appear, it's often too late. In the United States, CDC statistics show 1 in 3 adults has high blood pressure, most unknowingly. What's concerning is high blood pressure not only raises heart attack and stroke risk, but also weakens kidneys, impairs memory, and affects sleep. Tens of thousands of older folks die in their sleep, simply because blood pressure spiked suddenly at night, unbeknownst to anyone. Mr. Harold, 74, in Austin, Texas, was one such person. He didn't smoke, shopped regularly, and felt quite energetic. But during a post-pandemic checkup, his doctor found his blood pressure at 160/100, far above safe levels. Mr. Harold was shocked. He'd felt nothing unusual. The doctor said 6 more months, and it could have been a stroke or irreversible brain damage. Thanks to early detection, he changed his diet, cut salt, ate more greens, and walked by the lake each morning. 6 months later, his blood pressure stabilized. No medication needed yet. If Mr. Harold had waited for clear symptoms, he might have been hospitalized for a stroke. Because high blood pressure is silent, yet it quietly destroys tiny blood vessels, every heart and brain cell. And that's precisely why you shouldn't wait until something's wrong to check your blood pressure. Once a month at a local pharmacy or home. It takes minutes, but could keep your heart beating steadily for decades more. So have you checked yours this month? You don't need to change the world. Just care a little for your heart daily, because if you keep your heart healthy after 60, the road to 90 becomes wider, smoother, and full of hope. Just a few minutes monthly for many more healthy years. If that's not worth it, what is? A healthy heart helps you live longer. But to truly live fully each day, something else needs protection. Sleep. A few sleepless nights aren't terrifying. What's scary is starting to get confused and not recalling you've been wide awake. Sleep is one of the most underrated longevity factors. Many older adults think less sleep with age is normal, but science shows the opposite. Prolonged sleep disorders can heighten risks of high blood pressure, memory loss, heart failure, even depression. Sleep is when the body repairs, cleanses, and regenerates. If sleep is broken, not deep, or you wake too early and can't get back to sleep, your brain lacks time to detoxify. Stanford University research proved people over 60 getting under 6 to 7 hours of sleep nightly more than double their cognitive decline risk. A brain not detoxified nightly is a fast track to confusion, fogginess, and unexplained depression. Mrs. Ellen Nation, 71, in Tacoma, Washington, went through this. Initially, just a night or two of bad sleep, but restlessness soon stretched for a month. She thought it was age and accepted it. Then she began feeling mildly confused, easily forgetting even simple things like locking the door or boiling water. Once she boiled a kettle dry, forgetting she'd turned it on. Her doctor said it was from prolonged sleep loss, not a disease, but an overloaded brain's cry for help. After changing habits, like less phone use after 8 p.m., a warm milk, a gentle afternoon walk, her sleep gradually improved. Within weeks, she felt more alert, spirits lifted, even her blood pressure stabilized. You see, sleeping pills weren't needed. What's key is listening to your body gently, sustainably adjusting your biological rhythm. Good sleep starts in the afternoon, not from an evening pill. If you often wake midnight, feel tired upon waking, or lie awake long, please don't dismiss it as normal. Quality sleep is the best gift for your heart, brain, and longevity. If this resonates with you, perhaps leave a like or a comment below. Because who knows? Someone out there might need this to feel less alone. And if sleep is when the brain recovers, then memory truly reflects brain health. Do you recall why you just entered this room? If not, that might be the first sign. Many joke, I'm old, forgetting a bit is normal. But it's not normal when forgetfulness repeats. You can't find keys, suddenly forget a grandchild's name, or even why you entered a room. These seemingly small things could be the first alarm bells. Science calls this mild cognitive impairment, an initial step that can lead to Alzheimer's or dementia if not addressed promptly. A large Columbia University study showed those over 65 with memory decline, not acting early, risk dementia within 3 to 5 years. Mr. Martin, 76, in Des Moines, Iowa, was a history teacher. Post-retirement, he started forgetting small things, old colleagues' names, a grandchild's birthday. He thought it was because his brain wasn't as active. But when he once forgot his way home from a familiar park, he knew he had to act. He stood silently in the park, taking minutes just to recall his direction. A doctor diagnosed mild memory impairment. Luckily, Mr. Martin didn't give up. He started daily puzzles, learned a new instrument. His old harmonica found new life. He joined a weekly community book club. Miraculously, after a few months, his memory markedly improved, no longer feeling lost in his own mind. The point is, memory doesn't vanish overnight. It fades daily, like an unkept photo. And like a photo, you can redevelop it with timely care. Give your brain exercise daily, reading, retelling stories to grandkids, or just changing your afternoon walk route. Each action builds new brain connections, like adding strokes to your memories map. Because longevity isn't just years lived, but memories retained. And you deserve a long life filled with bright, clear memories. You've just walked with me through 4 health signs. It sounds simple: strong muscles, stable heart health, restful sleep, a clear mind, and crucially, not living isolated from life. But if you listen closely, you'll realize these aren't just medical stats, but very real, vivid expressions of someone still living fully each day, not just existing past 60. Perhaps after this video, you're asking yourself, what about me? What signs do I see? And what can I change starting today? If you're asking that, then congratulations, because change never starts with a massive revolution. It starts with a blink, a realization, and one small choice you make right now. Maybe it's standing up for a few laps around the yard, or calling an old friend to catch up, or simply turning off the lights a bit earlier for better sleep tonight. And just like that, each small thing, each gentle choice will slowly guide you to a longer, more worthwhile life. Old age isn't the end, but a new chapter where we learn to live slower, deeper, and truer to ourselves. If there's someone you'd love to see in their living room each morning, feel free to share this video, because someone gently reminded is someone not giving up on life. And if you'd like, share a thought below, a thought, a memory, or just your feelings after watching. I'm always here, respectfully reading every single line. Tomorrow morning, if you wake up, choose a brighter shirt than yesterday, step onto the porch and make a phone call, that means you've lived today better than yesterday, and your older years have begun to shine brightly again. Thank you for staying until the very end. And if today feels more livable than yesterday, then you've already started. Wishing you a peaceful evening and very deep sleep.